Some love stories begin with fireworks, others with chaos. But some, the most unexpected kind, begin with silence, like the gentle turning of a page in a quiet bookstore. The bookstore. Jordan was 23. Not quite a boy. Not yet the man he was trying to become. He spent most afternoons tucked in the back corner of a charming little bookstore on Queen Street. A place that smelled of aged paper and unspoken dreams. Fresh out of university, with a degree in literature and a hunger for something bigger. Jordan hadn't figured life out yet. So, he worked part-time at the bookstore while sketching out chapters of a novel that lived only in his head. That's when she walked in. She was 47, elegant, poised, the kind of woman who wore quiet confidence like a tailored coat. She moved like she'd seen things, like she'd lived deeply and wasn't afraid of the silence that others ran from. Every Saturday at 3 p.m., without fail, she stepped into that bookstore. And every time, Jordan found an excuse to be near the literary fiction aisle. Their first words?
You can always tell who truly understands longing by how they talk about Marquez.
I guess that makes us both experts in heartbreak then.
The first conversation. That small spark ignited a slow-burning fire. What began as literary banter became conversations about life, music, and wine. Jordan found himself hanging on to her every word. Not because she was older, but because she carried wisdom that couldn't be Googled or taught. Elaine was a university professor, a lover of stories, a recent divorcee. She wasn't looking for anyone. And Jordan? He wasn't supposed to fall for her. But love doesn't ask for permission. Coffee and confessions. Over cappuccinos and shadows cast by late afternoon light. The tension between them thickened. Not inappropriate. Not hurried. Just undeniable. Jordan confessed his dreams of writing. Elaine confessed her fear of becoming invisible in a world obsessed with youth. And then there was silence. The kind of silence where hearts speak louder than mouths.
You're so young, Jordan. This isn't practical.
Maybe not. But when I talk to you, I feel like I finally make sense.
The first kiss. It happened on a rainy Thursday evening. He had walked her home. No umbrella. No rush. Elaine stood by the door, turning her keys in her hand, stalling. Jordan stepped closer, brushing damp hair from her face.
Can I kiss you?
Yes.
Their kiss wasn't a climax. It was a beginning. It was soft, searching, and full of reverence. And in that moment, under the shelter of a porch and the music of falling rain, the 24-year-old boy and the 47-year-old woman met. Not in years, but in spirit. The escape. They escaped one weekend. Just the two of them. A borrowed cabin in the mountains. A fireplace. What? Time stood still. Elaine was nervous. Jordan could sense it.
I'm not here for some fantasy. I'm here because I see you.
Even the parts I've hidden?
Especially those.
That night, they explored one another. Not just with their bodies, but with trust. Jordan's hands learned the rhythm of her breath. Elaine's fingertips memorized the innocence of his gaze. It wasn't rushed. It wasn't about age. It was about presence. Two souls wrapped in warmth. Knowing that this was not the kind of love the world easily accepts, but it was real. The world outside. Of course, the world had opinions. Friends whispered. Strangers stared. Even Jordan's parents asked quiet, awkward questions. But love is louder than gossip. And for a time, their cocoon held. Elaine introduced Jordan to classical records and French poetry. Jordan brought her sunflowers and handwritten letters.
You remind me of a sunrise, reckless and full of promise.
And you remind me of dusk, calm, wise, and impossibly beautiful.
The dilemma. But time is a stubborn teacher. Elaine began to retreat. Not because she stopped loving him, but because she was afraid to become a burden. Jordan felt the shift. The silences grew longer. The goodbyes felt heavier.
You'll want children one day. A life I can't give you.
I want you. All of you. Whatever that looks like.
The farewell. There came a night when Elaine said goodbye. Not with words, but with a lingering touch, a kiss that trembled, and a note left by the pillow.
My sweet spring, you brought color to my faded pages. But I have to let you live a life without compromise. Remember me when it rains. E.
Jordan was heartbroken, but he didn't chase her. He understood. Some loves don't end, they just transform. 10 years later, 10 years passed. Jordan became a published author. His first novel was titled Autumn and Spring. During a signing in New York, he looked up, and there she was, Elaine, older, but radiant. They didn't speak right away. They didn't need to.
I read every word.
It was always about you.
Some love stories don't follow the rules. They don't ask for approval. They don't seek forever. But in their fleetingness, they become unforgettable. Jordan and Elaine weren't perfect, but they were true. And in the pages of each other's hearts, they will live on. Love doesn't ask for permission. It simply arrives.